Hi everybody, it's Debbie. You are at your home, your happy place, and that's what I'm hoping to do here again today. I'm still at the cottage. Unfortunately, all the filming I did on, I don't know, 2 days ago was not there when I went to upload yesterday. And I'm like, I don't know, between the long uploads and then missing footage. So I just stripped this whole room back down so I could do it for you. Unfortunately, you're going to miss out on some spontaneous discoveries, which I love. But what are we doing today? So we are in, I'm going to, well, I don't want to show you everything because you'll see a lot of the stuff. But I'll show you the mess. So this room is, I guess what you would call a great room. Definitely open concept. This is, I mean, there's this part of the house, then a little hallway with 3 bedrooms and a bath. And that's the house. So this is, let's see, you come in the front door back there. And then this is a half wall that goes down to a basement. And what am I looking at? I can't tell. Well, that's the kitchen over there. So, and then there's an eat-in place where I've piled everything up that I'm not going to show you. So that's the space. So it all does need to work together. And if you missed my last video, which I think I called it Making Your Home Your Happy Place, and I did that because I just was struggling with the interior of what I'd done. This house is so cute, and it has the potential, I believe, like any house, to be your happy place. And it's a matter of figuring out what makes you happy first, not following trends, or, you know, it's okay if you're watching a video or you're looking through a magazine, you're on Pinterest and you see something that makes you happy. That's not necessarily following a trend. It could be a trend, but you're finding something in you that says, I really like that. And as one of my viewers wrote to me this time, I don't even know why I like it so much. It just makes me happy. You don't even have to know why. All these years, and I mean a lot of years, I've loved coastal, and until the other day, I had no idea why I thought I liked coastal. And maybe I just came up with my reasoning the other day, and you'll have to watch that video if you're even interested. But anyway, here we go today. So I have stripped French country, really, there were French country pictures, French country shelving there. And then the pillows and throws, those are seasonal anyway. So that really wasn't French country. That was just the color and the season. And same with whatever I put on my coffee table. So really, basically, I took down artwork and some shelves. That's it. I did remove the 2 chairs that were here. Those chairs were bought for the house that was across the way over here when I was going to make it more British colonial. Still, you know, it still has that vibe of like tropical, coastal tropical, but it's a little different vibe than what I feel I wanted here. And I really told my husband I wanted those chairs at the other house anyway, because our lower level has that vibe. They've got, it's a very subtle print, but it's got some big parrots on it. And it just, I don't know, that's what it gives me. So I moved those out. And it's so much fun. Have you ever seen those shows? I don't know if they have them anymore. Oh, they were probably for selling your house. And the people would come in and they go room by room by room and they'd grab stuff out of every room and reconfigure the house. It's kind of what I've been doing here. Big pieces aren't moving. That's not moving. That's not moving. Coffee table. So this coffee table I bought to stage a house years ago when I was a stager. Before I was an interior decorator, I was a certified stager. So I had a little boatload of furniture because of that. And so those three things are staying. 1, 2, 3. Yes, the sofa, that, and that. And then from there, it's not that big of a room. I really don't have that much more space, but I had a picture, and that's what happened. I was looking for something because we're staging another house, and I was trying to get this lake vibe going, and I think I wrote in my search elegant lake house interiors. And this picture came up, and I'd never heard of this person before, but apparently she's big, and so many of you may have heard of her, and it's Thistlewood Farms. I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked at it lately. I think she's an interior designer, and she has a blog, like I do, and a video channel, and they're both by the same name, Thistlewood Farms. So I'll look and see if I can put the link below for you if you're interested. The picture I landed on was from Pinterest, and I then went to her blog, and apparently it was from 2015. Again, it's very interesting. I'm looking at something that is close to 10 years old and falling in love with it. So that ought to tell you right there that there's something it's not dated if you love it. And oh my goodness, did I love it. So did I copy that room? I would have loved to, but I couldn't. I thought about it. I thought about painting my walls a deep blue. And of course I kept looking around, but I was taking inspiration from it. And as we go on, I'll kind of tell you some of the things that I was taking from it. But as you start to decorate your room and you're shopping your house, you may realize that what you have in another room can work even better in this room. I'll tell you, one of my favorite people, you're going to hear me say a lot of these people, but there is somebody on YouTube that does this just so wonderfully, and that is Becca at Adventures in Decorating. She goes through her house repeatedly removing furniture from one room and putting it in another and having it be a whole different room. And I love that. Maybe subconsciously that's what happened. Only I think what it was is I was moving these chairs out. I'm like, where am I going to put them? I can't take them downstairs. I was here by myself. So I moved them into a bedroom. And then when I was in that bedroom, I saw a chair, and I'm like, that could work. And that just kept happening and happening and happening to me. So let's get started. I hope you enjoy, and we'll chat along the way. This is the focal point. When you come into my house, the front door, or even the back door, this is going to be your focal point. And so I needed a piece that's not even hanging. I do want to hang it when I come back. I don't want to do it today though. I needed something that was going to really set the mood and the tone. And in my inspiration photo, I think I was probably looking for something that was all blue and white. However, you don't always have that option when you're shopping and you want to get something. I was drawn to this picture when I was at Home Goods, and I really loved it. And a couple of the things, besides the fact that it's I love watercolor. Look at the edges here, and it's kind of lifted off the back, and it's just, I'm not even sure if that's a white background or pale blue. It's running blue in here. I also love, I guess it could be the ocean, but to me, this could also be a lake. And this home is located in Lake St. Louis. So I just found this to really speak to where we live. We're not on the water. We can't see the water, but this is what it can look like as we're driving by the lake. And I love that. So that became my focal point. I took the white linen curtains down and added these blue ones, which picks up that beautiful blue. And my thoughts are, I did think about painting a really dark blue in here. And then I started looking at all the options of blue. I think Nova Blue is the color of the year for maybe Benjamin Moore. But you'd have to be really specific. And with the color of these curtains, which by the way, I got on Amazon, these you could get, when I changed the length, it did not change the price. The price at the time was $39 for both panels together. And those are 50 by, I'm not sure if it was 90, I think it's 96. So I wanted them to pool just a little on the floor. But anyway, I was definitely thinking about either paneling this up here with moldings and painting the whole background white, and then the blue will pop off of that. Or I was going to do something in a darker blue, but because of the painting and what we picked up, this green wall that I have, and the lighting isn't great because let me shut the blinds. Sometimes that really does make a difference. The outside light really affects how you can see stuff in here. Here, I think you can see the green a little better. Anyway, that's where I came up with. The only caution I would give anybody is paying attention. You do not want to make this look like a little baby's room. So if you decide to paint blue, be careful that you don't get it so light that it just is a baby blue on baby blue. I just don't know that that would fly really well. But using this color along with white or along with a deeper blue or wallpaper, you'll avoid making that mistake. All right. Over here, I don't think I ever had, I had the picture and the shelf, and I don't think I had anything underneath here. I was in the basement taking things down and discovered this, which looks very nautical to me. I want to say I got this at Kirkland's years ago. I think we had it in one of the vacation homes that we had rentals, and I would change things out. Maybe I changed it out. I see a little spot on there, but I don't think that's why I would change it out. I probably just wanted a real chair or something wherever it was. And so that's how I end up with a few things that are extra or from my staging days. And so I thought, well, let me try it. I first tried it in front of the fireplace, and it looked terrible because this is not a true white. That's a true white. It's got marble. It was just not a work. But in the same room, it works okay. And then this was the one thing guys, I wanted to tell you. So in the picture, the inspiration picture, there were two beautiful chairs, and I found some gorgeous chairs. I found some on Home Depot's. In fact, if you don't ever look on Home Depot's online, they have great furniture, really pretty. So I will maybe take a screenshot and put it in here for you. I can't do a link. It'll be a really long link, but just go to Home Depot and maybe I can put the name of it in there if you're interested. Very reasonable price. And then I found some also on Amazon. So they're in my cart waiting to be bought. And I was in the basement doing something, or I was up here, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, what if we have a desk down there? What if we brought the desk up? So I got my husband, because he was in town by then, and we brought it up here, and oh my gosh, you guys, it fits perfectly. It evokes something more to me than I can even describe. A lot of times you'll see a mahogany version of something like this and maybe a little brighter gold handles and maybe a gallery wall above it and some straw hats and things, and you get that British West Indies feel, which I get from this as well, this piece. So I'm not taking it in that direction, but I'm using that also as an inspiration of how fun this can be. And I had, in the meantime, found chairs in the other room. I love this chair. This we bought years ago. I believe it's a Haversham plantation. So I'm telling you, it's more than 20 years old probably, and a footstool. I don't think I've ever had a padded thing on it, but I'd like to make one. You'd have to custom it. When I first brought it in the room, I found this in the room where I moved the chairs. I'm like, oh, I forgot that was here. And I had it over in this corner. And I still was like, okay, well, I'll leave it there till we buy the 2 chairs. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just buy 1 chair. And for some reason, when I was pulling things back together, I put it over here. And that's when I realized I had that space. And it came to me to try this desk there, which I love it. Besides, I'm going to slide a chair there, which if we needed the extra seating, you just pull the chair out. So I'll show you that chair. Look at that. I love this chair. I have no idea whether I bought it for myself or I bought it for, sometimes my mother, I would help her decorate. And so I might have bought it for something for her, but I think I bought it. And it may be hard to tell, but it is a very soft blue. And it's got kind of a herringbone in the solid color. And nail heads. This is the type of chair that I would often find at World Market. I don't have a World Market near me, and I don't even know if the one that is in this town is still in business, but they are online still. So that works. And then, like I said, if we needed that, we can just turn it out and somebody's got a chair and a place to put a drink. So all of a sudden, I don't even need 2 chairs. And that is really exciting. I think sometimes we don't even realize we buy things we love, but it's a matter of pulling them together in the right spaces. So right now, this is really coming together for me. So I think next I will work on some of the things that are normal. We'll just put on some throws and pillows. I already had the throws. They were in a basket that I'm still going to reuse here over in the corner. So again, this is nothing new. So far, other than the picture and the curtains, nothing new in the room. And yet it's taking on a whole new personality. I know that this is something I bought at TJ Maxx. And as I was pulling this together, white, pure white with the blue is really more stunning than this color, but I'm not getting a new sofa, and I'm not somebody, I can be a fan of a really nice slip cover, but I've never found any so far that work for me. So this really made me happy to be able to pull in some pure white here. The pillows are new. I bought them back in the Branson area or Springfield. Not sure why, what I had in mind now when I bought them, because I didn't even know I was going to do this room, but here they are. And they're not the perfect, but they work really well in here, especially with what I ended up finding in my curtains. They are almost a seersucker look to me, very gauzy, and then this little lace. Something new I discovered, for me anyway, maybe you guys have seen it at Home Goods, is Brooks Brothers home decor. The first things I found was an absolutely gorgeous comforter, and you'll see that in an upcoming video when I'm staging the lake house. Then when I was shopping for lamps, Brooks Brothers, I think they're going to be in another room in this house. And then these pillows. So everything I've seen so far, it's just, I mean, well, for me, the taste. This is not just a print on here. This is actual stitching. It's so beautiful. And, you know, it's Home Goods pricing. So I didn't buy this for this room. I think I bought it for the nautical bedroom I'm doing. But so far, I'm using it in here because I needed something else. And I have 4 of these. So I'm not sure what'll happen. I might see if I can find some more for the other room. I'm not against having a repeat from one room to another. Okay, let's do this little chair. I had picked this one up. Now this has snags on it. I just fell in love with it. There were some really pretty blue and white striped. At the time, I couldn't find a pair, which I'm kind of glad because I already had these white ones, which work far better. But they had this one, and I kept going back to it. I don't know why. It's a little unusual. It was marked down, but not that much. It's by Shabby Chic, and it was $16 at TJ Maxx. So it's very well made. It's just that somehow it got damaged. But who cares? It's going to be sitting on this chair, and if somebody wants to cuddle up in it, it'll be perfect. And I had one more of these because, oh, by the way, these came, if I didn't say I got them at Home Goods, I did. They came in a bundle of 2. So I had bought 2 packages in order to get at least 3. And that would be enough, but I had this little guy left over. From my previous video, you saw that I bought a really long turquoise for the front. And so this was no longer needed, and it's just the right size for this chair. Next, I'm gonna decorate this table. It's not gonna be complete. I'm finding the things that I want to put on it, but it may not be completely done this time. I love this. It's more of a seagrass than it is a wicker. You know, it's got a little flexibility in it, and I mean, before, again, I didn't buy it for this room. It was something I fell in love with. And then when I started thinking, what am I going to put on the table? And this was sitting there, and I'm like, well, why not? So I'm going to start with this. I had been looking for some coffee table books for the lake house staging. So I thought, oh, I think I'll try, you know, maybe a couple here. Already had this one, which is Living Well by Design. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's some good ideas in there. This one, I took the cover off. Got this at Home Goods. It says Alexa Hampton Decorating in Detail. I love the color of it. It is a gray blue. And inside was a lot of things I loved. I mean, this book I kind of want to take home with me and read it. Well, that part I don't like, but there's a lot of stuff. I know there was a, oh my goodness, look, you guys. Oops. It's just great. It's got so much, it does have detail in it, and I love that. So, I know you can't see this. We'll do a close-up, but popping that, and I'm keeping the angle of the basket and the books the same. Now, this was another one I found, and of course, it says Living with Blue and White. It is a beautiful book as well. Well, there's not a stitch of blue and white on there. Interesting. So far, white, 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 white. What? Oh my gosh. Well, there's blue and white in that one. Here we go. Maybe they did blue and white and then just white. Well, it's pretty, and the cover's beautiful, but it's giving me more cottage than coastal cottage. So I'm putting it here for the binder, and also because I do like to look at it. And then until I find the right piece to go on top of it as far as another book, and I think I have one at home called Living on the Water, but I have some magazines. So Homes on the Water, where every day is a vacation. And then a couple of my coastal living magazines, which this one's a really good one in blue and white. This one is too, it's more turquoise. But I'm just gonna use that. I had this, so I thought it would look nice here. Then I know I need a candle. I haven't even taken the price tag off, $7.99. I absolutely adore the cut of this, and I like the shape. So I'm just gonna set that in here. I do need to take the price off though. Let me turn that around. And for now, I believe that's all I have for this table. So yes, I need a little something else in here, and I don't have it, but that's where I'm gonna stop. And now I really need to address these two big blank walls because they are significant in this room. I have some wall space in this room, and it needs some kind of visual on it. It's just too blank. If I had a lot of moldings or something there, maybe it wouldn't be quite as blah, but it's blah. So I did find a couple more pictures when I was at Home Goods, and I went ahead and got them. So this one actually was probably the second one I found. Love, love, love. There is a frayed edge. So this is like out of a cloth, if you can see that. I know it's hard. And it's got a kind of bleached white frame. So that's going to go here. Oops. And this one has the same frame, believe it or not. It is not cloth. It is more of I don't know what kind of paper it is. It's a cool paper, but it's cut. And then this one has a name, Colorful Sails at Sea. And it's got a little bit more color in it than the other one. And they're not exactly the same size, but they're close enough that it's going to work because I have something different going on both sides anyway. It's not symmetrical. One has a bench and one has the desk. So now this picture and this picture I already had. They were just sitting in the garage waiting for a home. And of course they would have been a little too small there. I could have put a shelf underneath them like I did on the previous. But I didn't have a shelf. And here I'd found these pictures, so I decided to do a smaller picture on top, and I'm choosing this one because the sales are going in the opposite direction. That's the only reason. It's amazing to me what a little bit of art can do to a wall. That to me it's just taken it into such a wonderful direction. I love it. Again, this is something I had at the cottage, the first cottage rental. It was called Canyon Creek Cottage, and it was in blues and whites and navy, like like I'm doing this house. Really, I love that. It was my favorite home I'd ever decorated, and I spent money on the things, even though it was a rental. This particular piece was from Ballard's. I don't think they sell it anymore, but that's real rope on there, and this top actually comes off, and you can put, well, yeah, you can put like a blanket or something, pillows, whatever inside of it. And that's a really heavy, nice piece of wood. So I think that that is a great combo. Let me step over this way so you can see it. I really just think it's a very unique piece, and I just love it. At the top of the chest, I already had those three pieces. It's a pale green, a pale yellow, and a blue. It said antiques on all three of them. So I just turned the antique around because I felt like the metal, the stacking, the variated size, and the color all added and did not take away in here. I would like to get something on the other side of it, but at this moment, I've not run across anything that's really standing out to me. So I'm going to do a little bit of detail over here and then do the mantle and I think a basket, and then we're done. Absolutely gorgeous. There were actually two different ones in this color, two different styles, and there's three of them in varying size. So I bought them all, Home Goods, this past week. These were bought for the bedroom, and it just didn't have a place. And I also have it in that pillow that came from the bedroom. So I don't mind that at all. All right, what am I going to do over here? Again, it's just, you don't always find everything you need. So for the moment, I have one thing. It's not really going to pop, and the size isn't perfect, but I'm going to use it. I'm sure this is meant to be a vase, but I really don't at this moment. Do I even have anything to go in it? And I'm not sure I want anything in it. I just like all of this. So right now, this is very lopsided as far as height and color, everything. And I have tried some other things. I have tried the turquoise shell lantern that I had in the bedroom that I ended up not using. And I've tried mixing, and I'm just trust me, it doesn't look good. But I am going to help. I'm going to bring a little of this color over here, and I think it balances it just a bit. There was a time when Target had all kinds of baskets, and I'm telling you, these are quality baskets. I don't understand it. I mean, they've got wire in them, and I mean, they are not flimsy. And of course you can write on them. I have them in a bunch of rectangles, smaller rectangles. But I usually keep throws in this and just set it next to that chest. But I've already filled up that space, And I found these pillows. I think I told you they were in the basement, and I was like, what am I gonna do with those? And all of a sudden it was like, but the color's great. And I was actually gonna take I have 4 of them. I was gonna take them home with me, but they really work well in this basket, 2 of them. So I am going to do that. Here, I'll show you. There. And I'm gonna set it right over here. That up a little, and you can see now the color at least is balanced from one side to the next. I still need something over there, and I need a little height, but I don't have it, and I'm really happy with that. So let me detail a little bit more over on the desk. So I'm putting it over here, and it really does bring out some of the turquoise in the picture. I don't have a candle right now in it. I think I want to put an electric candle or battery operated. I did visit Kirkland's twice, and I really like these guys. I think I totaled it up in my head. They weren't on sale, but there was a set of 3. The prices are on them. So this guy was 20, 14. He's the tiniest. So the other one was probably 16. So it was a little investment. They're very heavy. I really don't know what they're made of. And I did try them up there. They were just lost. So you can kind of see how they do get lost. But when someone's sitting over there, I'll give you a close-up. It really comes together. There you go. And I'll tell you what, my husband, as soon as I put this all together, he was sitting over here with his laptop, which he typically sits either on a TV tray or at the kitchen table. And I think he really appreciated it. It's the perfect little space. We had this desk. I think we have 3 desks here, maybe. This one was, I believe, my daughter's. We bought her for college. I got it at Target, and it was very inexpensive, maybe $125. But it's very sturdy and lovely. And we used to have it behind the couch over there, but nobody wanted to sit in that walkway. But here feels like a nice, cozy spot for sitting. Plus, you're by a window. Do I need a light? I don't think so. I think it would eat up space on the desk. Who knows? I may do that someday. But there is a light above it, and we have a window. And usually, if you're using a laptop, you don't need a light anyway. Let's do an overview. Okay, what did I do to pull off this completely different space? I mean, to me, this is like so inspirational in the fact that you can take the same basic pieces in your house and go completely different direction and pull out a completely different feel, color story, and look with the most basic, simple changes. All I added in this room was 3 new pieces of art and a few very minor details. Some candlesticks, a basket, pillows, and coffee table books, and those little birds. That was it. Everything else I had in this home. And it just wasn't in this room. And so to me, I just hope these kind of things and these videos help you. Just go exploring and start with something that you love. And maybe it's a picture on Pinterest or House or wherever, or maybe it's something that you see in your house and like, I really love that. I wish I had that. And it's just sitting around somewhere in the basement or something, in a closet. I mean, those 2 pictures up there were in the garage, and really, that is the theme in this room. So the next thing that I hope to do in here is I think I really would like to put in built-in shutters, the inside your window kind over here. I think that would upgrade the space a little bit, and regardless of what direction I ever go decor-wise, that should work. It's a pretty traditional type of window treatment that you can use in a lot of different, styles of decorating. Right. What's next? I don't know what's next. I really should have left already for home, but because I had to refilm this, I may hang out and try and get a couple more things done in here, which I will try to film. But I will see you the rest of the week, at least one more time. And don't forget to check out the description box for the links for anything in here. There were several things from Amazon, and I'm sure I can find similar items for the other items. I don't know if I've been linking my Poshmark or not, but I've been adding to it. I think I'm almost close to 100 items in the Poshmark closet. So if you're somebody that likes that, a lot of mine are Chicos. All right, you guys, I want to say, I want to thank you so much for your comments. You guys, a couple of you know that I got some kind of mean comment this week, and nobody got to see it. Well, you might have seen it because I usually give people the benefit of the doubt. So I did let it get published for, I don't know, half a day or something. And I was going to respond to it, and I did, and then I prayed about it, and my response was very kind. It wasn't praying about that. I was just praying about whether or not to respond to somebody who's calling me names. I prayed about it, and I felt like God said, just get rid of it. Don't send your comment, and just get rid of the comment. And so I did, and then a minute later, I'm reading that person was commenting on other people's comments, calling me names. And I thought, okay, thank you, God. You knew before I did that this was just, I don't know, some kind of an attack. And so here's my policy in case somebody doesn't like me. Number 1, you don't have to watch me. And if you do, you can press that down button as many times as you want. It doesn't matter actually for the algorithm. If I get an up or a down, it's actually activity. So they don't care and I don't care. But I'm never going to see your comment again, whoever that was, because you got hidden from my channel. And I think that means you get to watch things and write things, but nobody ever gets to see them, not even me. And I just want you people to know that if you're that person, anybody like you, 0 tolerance from now on. I have no room for it in my life. The people in this community are beyond sweet and kind. And I just so appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Love you all. Again, don't forget to give me a like. If you want to comment, please do. And I will see you in the next video. And you guys, make your home your happy place. Bye.